I'm Terry Mullen, and I'm the registered manager of Hawkinge House. For us, Esther is really about thinking about things differently, and we have supported 8 of our staff at the moment to go through an Esther coaching program. Esther, when I first got to learn about it, I thought this is all about person-centered care and doing what's best for the person. And I thought, but we already do that, And it was a throwaway comment, And the more I got to learn about Esther, quite quickly, I realised we don't even really touch the sides with this really. The Esther coaches, it almost gives them permission to think about things differently and be daring, think outside the box, and challenge each other and everybody. And you'll hear the staff actually saying to each other and to other people, but what's best for Esther in this whole decision making? And actually to include Esther, which our Esthers are our residents for us here, is to include the resident in the decisions that we make. It's very easy, we learned, to make decisions for people and to do things for our residents and for our families. It's a little bit trickier to involve everybody, but it's absolutely the right thing to do.
I felt quite lucky that I was picked to do the Esther coaching, because it's all about what's best for Esther, which is something that I feel is very important. Being an Esther coach allowed me to have a little bit more input into how our Esthers are cared for and making sure they get the best possible care. Until you actually take that time to think, oh, hang on a minute, just slow down and think before you go zooming in and do things. Just think, what does that person like? What does that person need? That little bit of extra care makes a big difference. And then after the coaching, that comes naturally, because you've spent so long in thinking about it, that you tend to look at your whole day and your outlook to care is completely different.
Well, I'm Jean, I'm 86, been married for 66 years.
I'm Gerald, born in 1930 to a farmer's son and daughter, and spent my lifetime in engineering.
Life was hectic, and I looked after him for a good 2.5 years, and by the end of that time I was a nervous wreck. Yeah.
I didn't know whether I got dementia or not. I don't run around and say, I got dementia, have you? And or anything like that. And I've just taken it as a thing that happens.
Yeah. When he came in with dementia, we met them, and it was very good.
My words were, what the hell's Esther?
Yeah, it wasn't it, in the beginning, yeah. I thought they were marvellous. Yeah, they are so good, so friendly, so helpful.
I think, back of my mind, I know somebody's there. And I know full well that if I spoke to somebody, that somebody would be doing something about it.
Anna, our Esther coordinator, joined Hawkinge House and Graham Care Group about 1.5 years ago. She came over from Sweden, so it was a big move, big decision for her, but we're so delighted and so pleased that she did, because she has been the driving force behind Esther.
Basically, it's a change of mindset, that we have to stop prioritising or start looking at problems and how does this work for our organisation, and instead asking all our Esthers, how does this work for you? What's important for you? Training is 4 sessions, about 6 hours each, where we talk about improvement. What is an improvement? How does an improvement differ from just a change? What tools do we need to help and ensure that our changes actually are improvements?
Oh, it's day 3 of our ESTHER coach training, which I'm very much enjoying. It's kind of made me re-engage with work a little. Sometimes working for the NHS is any large organisation, there are systems, and often you feel you've got to squeeze the person you're seeing, the ESTHER as we're calling the training, is into the system. And this runs totally counter to that we need to put our systems around the person we're seeing, around the ESTHER involved, because otherwise, what is the point?
Yeah. Both Donna and I are currently going through the ESTHER training. We're part of cohort 2, and it's a joint training, so there are colleagues from both Kent County Council and the NHS who are working together. We've looked at the different pathways and how people, their transfers from hospital to here, and how the person feels. And we've had an ESTHER cafe here, and that has highlighted from one of our service users that's participated in the ESTHER some of his thoughts and feelings around how he was transferred from hospital to here.
John is another one of our ESTHERs, and he tells us that the care was excellent, but the feeling he got was that he was just being shoved from one organisation or one hospital to another.
When one is shunting people from one place to another as part of their recovery treatment, the individual can be lost in the system. To give an example of that, when I was transferred from Kent and Canterbury Hospital to Faversham, I think I had 2 days' notice. I was never told before that I would be going to Faversham. I was very happy to go there, but again, it is a change of culture, and when you have a change of culture, it disturbs the equilibrium. In terms of the management of patients, what may be called the care management, there are lessons for ESTHER to teach them, and I would say it's the difference between treating the patients as people and treating them as parcels of meat.
It was a strong story, a really strong story, so we feel that we don't want people to feel depersonalised like that. We want them to still, wherever they are in our care systems, we still want them to feel like an individual. I am John, I am Anna, I am not just a renal disease or an amputated leg.
I have to say that this establishment I'm at now, Broadmeadow, has the most caring people operating within it, and I'm delighted to be here, but inevitably, as part of my rehabilitation, I will need to move on. But all through the time I've been here, I could not have had better treatment.
ESTHER Cafes, that is another crucial event that we hold. We invite providers, other stakeholders such as family members, voluntary sector, and ESTHERs, of course. And one of the key things in the cafe is that one of our ESTHERs, or it could be a family member as well, telling about an experience of care. And we pick up on the good things that they tell us, but also the bad things. And we can discuss already there, how did this happen, and what can we do, or what can I do in my organisation to prevent it from happening again. Yes, the stories we hear, they are an eye-opener, both for other ESTHERs in the room and for the professionals that are there.
I like to treat my ESTHERs as the person. I like to know the person. I like to know what they like and dislike, and I really, really am passionate about my work, so I really love people and I like to find out everything I can about them. Just the small things for me can make a huge difference. You don't need to be doing the most fantastic, massive changes to make someone very happy. I've got, sort of, it sounds a bit, I've got Esther in my veins now, in my blood. I keep thinking, how can I make things better? What could I do? How can I improve somebody's life on a daily basis? You know, how can I change something that isn't right? And what can I do to make, you know, to get the maximum out of my day, really? The workplace it feels happier. We feel like, you know, we can put our heads together and really come up with some solutions. We can have a chat and, you know, is this right? Do you think that we could change something about this? And you've got the support then, you've got a support network of your ESTHER team, your ESTHER coaches, you know, and it's sort of a bit like a family, really. And we're all supportive because we believe this is the way forward. And, you know, for us, ESTHER is the way forward.